Hello, and thanks for stopping by the Sister Cousins Lifestyle channel. My name is Sandy, and in today's video, I'm going to be doing some decorating in my living room. Now, a couple weeks ago, I had kind of reset my home for the summer. I didn't do a whole lot around the house, but I had done, some changes or whatever. But I've decided to revisit my living room and to come back and do a couple more little changes here. Now, all of these changes will be with things that I already have. So I've been shopping my home, looking for things that I can kind of move around to kind of refresh this space a little bit more for the season. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is what my living room shelf, I have this little fireplace credenza, and this is kind of how I had it styled over the spring. And I just decided that I want to go ahead and take everything out of here, dust it all off, clean it up, and put something new in this space. And by new, I just mean things that I already own that are in different places of my home. So I know I wanted to bring in more white pieces in this space for the summer season. So I'm going up on top of my cabinets, which is where I store my extra vases. I have an abundance of vases. I have way too many, but I have found that it works nicely for me to just store them on top of my kitchen cabinets. So I'm looking around to find all of my white vases to see what I might want to use or switch out. So I'm pulling some things out now that I might want to use and moving them around. This is my decor closet, and yes, it's a mess. I clean it out often, but it just finds its way right back into being a big mess in no time. I've got to do better, but anyway, that's not what we're here for today. We're going to continue on with this decorating. We're going to close this door and act like it doesn't exist once we get done. I purge regularly as well, and it is really time for me to do that. I'm looking at some pieces here that I pulled down thinking I might want to use them. I don't think I want to. In fact, I think it's time to go ahead and release these, so I probably will sell those on Facebook Marketplace. Facebook Marketplace has really been a good site for me here lately for finding really good things. So I buy things and sell them on there on the regular. So I'm getting this stuff out, and I know you're probably looking like, girl, have you cleaned your house lately? Yes, I have. This fireplace credenza is right next to the door that leads to my deck. And I like to have that door open because I love the fresh air that comes in the evenings or whatever. But along with that comes a lot of dust and a lot of debris. So I could clean this thing every day and it would probably look pretty much like this. It gets so dirty, but that's okay. We'll get it cleaned off and we'll start afresh today anyway. So I've pulled a fair amount of things out, so I'm excited to get them put back in there. One of them is this vase that I had on top of my kitchen cabinets. I did have to adjust the shelf on here to let it fit in there. So I put my little horse here on one side. And then I'm looking at this bowl here. Now I just put this here. I just picked this bowl up from Ross a few weeks back and I put it here on the table. But I think I want to use it in the shelf. And especially since I'm going with lighter pieces, that will work out perfectly for this area. So I've got those there. I've got the horse head down there, and I just need something for the top. And I've got this little pedestal bowl. I got this a long time ago. I don't even remember where I got it from. But I decided to bring that back in there. And so that's what I've done with this space. So now I've got to decide what I want to put on top of there. So I always like to decorate with my coffee table books. And this one has seen better days. Now it's just pretty much been decorated with for the most part. I'll take it and look through it every now and then, but not enough for it to have the wear that it has on it. But this is simply from just the dust around the home, just kind of coming in through the windows and the doors or whatever. But it's okay. I don't know why I'm stacking this up here like this. It most definitely will not stay. I do not like the look at all and knew it as I was putting it up there. I do want to keep these boxes here because I hide cords and remote controls, all types of things in the boxes. So I pretty much have to have some decorative boxes in any living space in my home because, there's lots of things to store around. I've got this little piece. I thrifted that a long time ago, and I have literally been using it nonstop on rotation around my home. I painted it. It's been several different colors. I don't know what it is, just a little abstract piece, but I love it. I think it is so nice. It's about time for it to get a fresh coat of paint. but we'll deal with that later. Right now, I'm just kind of trying to organize things to see what look I'm going to go for. I'm really annoyed by these little nicks that's on this fireplace credenza. I think I got it from Wayfair or either Overstock, not real sure, but it's an inexpensive piece. I love the way that it looks, but it's starting to show signs of wear, just little chips and nips and things like that on it, which comes when you don't have natural wood. But anyway, that's a whole different topic. Anyway, I'm just kind of moving things around, just trying to decide what look I'm going to land on. Another thing that I will be doing, not today, but that is to replant my ZZ plant. It is there in that brass plant holder, but it is time to give it a larger home. It is really, really grown and needs more space. Back when I became a plant mom, planters was not of interest to me. It was all about getting a plant and keeping it alive. Well, now that I've had a little bit of success with keeping them alive, it's time for me to kind of go back and look at my plants as a whole and determine what I want them to look like, since they are a part of my decor now. But they are really hard to find. You find all type of planters for faux plants, but for real plants with your drain holes and things like that, it's a whole different story. But I'm on the hunt for them, and that will come over time. But anyway, I think I've settled on just having these black boxes here. Like I said, they are functional. I need them because I need to hide a bunch of stuff. Otherwise, there would be a bunch of visual clutter around here. So now I'm going back to my coffee tables here since I had moved some things around there. Since I decided not to use the Tom Ford book on the credenza, I'm going to add it here on the table with that little decorative piece that I said I thrifted. I'm trying to determine how I want to lay it because it looks different depending on how you lay it. In some ways you can lay it, it looks sort of like an elephant. In other ways, not so much. But anyway, I like playing around with it. I just think it's such a little interesting piece. I have been using ChatGPT quite a bit. It has pretty much replaced Google for me, but I've just discovered using it for decorating my home, and I wanted to share like some tips that I have been doing with the ChatGPT, but we'll get to that in a little bit. But anyway, this is what the living room is looking like. That one book there, I have shared that that's a book that was family members who has passed away, and I just decided to bring that in. He was into the arts, dancing, and whatnot. So, yeah, this is what it's looking like. I really like it. It's so simple, right? But I love it. Now, that little brown vase there is sticking out like a sore thumb. So, I'm going to go back shopping in my home, and I decided to bring down a vase that I had put up here and decided I'm going to bring that back down and put that there. I just always kind of have oddball vases around the house. I know it's weird, but it works. So we're going to just go ahead and place that right by that fireplace, replacing that brown one. And I think that blends in much better. I can easily turn this into an all day event, just moving stuff around. All right, so I just went shopping again in my home and I found some pillows because I'm doing the black and white, well, more white. I decided that I wanted to incorporate some black and white on the sofa with the pillows, and I have an abundance of pillow covers, so I just decided to pull some out and see if any of them will work. So I have this one that I really like, so we'll give that a try. I've got this faux leather black one that's kind of got the little texture going through it. I don't know if it's faux crocodile or whatever, but this is a nice possibility. Then I've got this one. I probably will not use this one. This one has a little bit of brown in it. I'm not sure. Nice pillow cover. Don't really know where I got any of these from. I've just kind of had them for a while. And then I've got this white one here with the chevron in it. So, that's a possibility. We'll see. Anyway, let's play around with some pillows. So this is what I kind of had here. So I think I'll remove this one, put this one back here, and then maybe pair it with this. And then that's kind of nice to just kind of break up some of the muted beiges or tans or whatever to add that little black in there. And maybe we'll flip this one. I don't know if that really changes anything, but no, we can't do that because the zipper will show. Let's do it this way. I'm kind of liking that. All right, so then over here, what we had were just these two pillows. So let's just break this up a little bit, and maybe we'll put the black pillow cover on here. Let's kind of lay it here and see what that might look like. So let's move these. So yeah, I think I'll like that. Now I had quite a tussle here getting this pillow cover on here, and probably because I was too lazy to take the other pillow cover off. So it's kind of layered. So it's really a full pillow, which I like the look of a fuller pillow. So I'm okay with that. And plus, it's a nice way to store things. I always know where that pillow cover is. It's up under this one. So when I take this one off or whatever, get tired of it, that pillow cover is already there and it's preserved and everything. So I'm just kind of playing around with the pillows now, to decide which way I want to put them. You'll see me moving them back and forth, which is something that I do all the time. And I enjoy that. But I mentioned earlier Chat GPT, and I'm going to explain now a way that you can use that for decorating. If you're not aware of it, maybe you are. I might be the last one to the party on this. I don't know, but I have been loving it. Now, I am the type of person that is inquisitive by nature, and if there's anything that I'm interested in, I'm going to do all the research and learn all that I can about it. So, if you've been watching my channel, you know that I recently took classes at Pottery Barn just to kind of increase my knowledge of home decor and just kind of some of the rules around home decor or things like that, or just kind of ways to really elevate your space. Because in order to elevate your space, you have to elevate your mind and your learning and that type of thing, in my opinion. So with that being said, ChatGPT has become my best friend because I go to it all the time just to look up things that just are curious to me or whatever. But I've also been using it like for decorating inspiration, particularly around painting. So I painted a couple of accent walls in my home some months ago. Absolutely love them. Just came up with the color that I wanted to go with, where I wanted to put it and everything, and just did it, and it worked out perfectly. Now I want to add more color in my home, but I want to be cautious about it because the colors that I like are black. I don't want to have a home that's all black walls, right? So I want to find other color options that may, pair nicely with the black, but not be too moody. So anyway, let me show you how ChatGPT could work out so that you can get an idea. Now, even though with painting, you can go and you can get the sample paint or whatever, and you can put some swatches on your wall, it's not the same as seeing the entire space colored in the color that you may have selected to actually see what it's going to look like realized, once you get it done or whatever. So anyway, let me stop talking. Anyway, you can take a picture of your space. This is space in my home in my dining area, and I have this mirror there. It's like a half wall, and I thought that I wanted to paint that an accent color. So I put that picture in Chat GPT and asked it what it would look like with this color, which is Urbane Brown, Sherwin-Williams, and I hate it. I do not like this space in this color, but I'm so glad that I was able to do it this way as opposed to painting it and then you come back and it's like, I don't like this color. So that was great. I was also considering painting my gallery wall. I'm going to be doing some work to the gallery wall. So I put that in Chat GPT. It came back with the color. I like this a lot better, but I also asked it to tell me some arrangements for my artwork that I have on the wall too. So I really love that. The possibilities are endless of what you can do with ChatGPT. Now, I know a lot of people, they think AI and they think, because it's scary. It can be scary if not used in the right way or whatever, but like around your home, it is your best friend, I'm telling you. And you can take some things that you already own and kind of take a picture of it and tell it to give you ideas of how to arrange it or just different things like that. Like if you're not in the market to purchase anything, but it can give you new ideas to use your existing decor or how to organize your furniture. Like if you want to have a better way to kind of arrange your furniture in your home, just any type of idea or inspiration that you might want. I mean, nobody knows everything and everybody can use some help sometimes. So I have been finding this to be very, very, very helpful for me. So I'm going to show you one more example with the pillows. So as you can see, I have removed the pillows from the sofa, and I took a picture of this sofa, and I am typing in, you know, what I want to know from the chat GPT, and I'm telling them that I have a modern decor. Another thing you can do is, like, say you have traditional home furnishings, and you're not going to be replacing that, you know, but you want to update it a little bit, and you want it to be boho, or you want it to be modern, or you want it, whatever you want it to be. You can ask GPT how to incorporate some other pieces in there to kind of help you to achieve that look. So that's another good tip. But anyway, I put in to find out about the pillows, and you know, this is what it came back with. So from the question that I inputted and the picture, it came back with its analysis. So it's telling me some different colors that would be good to mix in, different textures. And I mean, when I tell you it read the room, it took in consideration everything, even the floor lamp that was sitting next to it, and it tied everything together. And it gave me a recommendation for one pillow in blush, a charcoal geometric pillow, and so on and so forth. And then it asked me if I want to see a mock-up, and I said yes. And this is what it recommended. So it's only going with 3 pillows, which is not a style I like to do, but I mean, it's a recommendation. It ties everything in nicely. So it's a good tip or tool to use to help with decorating your space. So hopefully you see how helpful ChatGPT can be. You would think this was sponsored, but it's not. I just love the tool. I love it so much. Now, one last thing that I did just for fun is to put in a picture of the sofa with the pillows the way that I had arranged them. And it came back with this photo. And basically what they're saying is I need fewer pillows. They didn't say that, but you know, they're showing it with just 4 pillows, and I have it with 5 pillows, which, you know, not big difference. But anyway, you know, it's not to tell you what to do, but to offer tips and inspiration, right? So I appreciate that. So hopefully, you know, this helps somebody. The app is free, but you only get so many inquiries a day. If you go over that, you have to pay if you want to, like, have unlimited use or whatever. I'm not doing that. So many times I go in and to put in something to search, and it'll say you can't search anything else till tomorrow at 2 o'clock. It is what it is. But anyway, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. I hope you have found it inspiring. If you did, please don't leave without hitting the thumbs up button. Also, if you're not currently subscribed, consider hitting that subscribe button. That way we can stay connected, and you can come back anytime I upload additional decorating videos, which is often. I usually upload at least twice a week, and it's usually around decorating my home or shopping for home decor. Those are my things. So if that's something that you like, definitely go ahead and hit the subscribe button. To all my returning family members, and we have a lot of new family members, so I want to officially welcome you to the Sister Cousins Lifestyle family, and I hope to see you all over here on my next one. Bye-bye.